So they read in the book of the law of God distinctly.
So that's what we're doing. We read out of the book of the law of God to distinctly read.
And gave the sense.
And showed the sense. Make the Bible make sense to regular men. So we can know that, okay, well, this is what this is saying and this is what that is saying. So there's no discrepancies about what's going on in the scriptures. Read on.
And cause them to understand the reading.
To cause people to understand the reading. So how are we going to do that? Am I just going to stand here and read it out the Bible for myself? No, give me 1 Corinthians 14 and 29. To show you why there's one person reading and one person doing the speaking. We do all things. Give me 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Then jump back down to 29. 40 first.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. Let all things be done.
It said let some things.
Let all things.
It said let all things, read.
Be done decently and in order.
We're going to order all the things that we do after this Bible. So read up, jump to verse 29.
Verse 29. Let the prophet speak.
So the prophet, the one who's interpreting what the Bible is saying, let him speak, read. 2
or 3. And let the other judge.
So I'm gonna have two. I'm gonna have one reader or 2 readers. I might even have 3 readers, and I'm gonna be the judge. I'm gonna be the one interpreting what the word is saying. So that's the way we do it like that. That's why I'm not just gonna try to teach you by myself. You see what I'm saying? Because you might have something to say, and you might get me all jumbled up in my thoughts. I'll be trying to jump everywhere around the Bible. Stay on course. I'm gonna let him read, and I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna judge what the Bible is saying.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21.
So listen what Christ came for. Read that.
For even whereunto were ye called?
So
because
we were called to do this. The Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans was called for this reason. Read.
Because Christ also suffered for us.
Because Christ suffered for us. For what? Read on.
Leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps.
So Christ left us an example to follow his steps. So what Christ did, that's what we should do, right? So let's see further on if Christ was a homosexual or not. Read on.
Verse 22. Who did no sin.
Christ did no sin. Is that all that say?
No.
Read it.
Neither was guile found in his mouth.
So it said he did no sin, right? Neither was guile found in his mouth. What's sin?
Sin is funky fire.
You said what?
Sin is funky and fire. You give me a definition.
Right, because I'm not going to give you my definition of sin. I'm going to show you what, because the Bible interprets itself. I'm going to show you what the Bible says sin is. Read that.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
Read.
Whosoever committeth sin.
Whoever is committing sin.
Transgresseth also the law.
Is in the transgression of the law. They're breaking one of God's laws. For what?
For sin
of God's laws, right?
Okay.
So let's give us Leviticus 18 and 20. To see if is it a sin to be a homosexual?
Yeah.
Right. So if it's a sin to be a homosexual according to the Bible, and Christ did no sin, Christ was not a homosexual, bro.
Okay, then there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Just to answer according to the scriptures.
All right.
We wouldn't say that.
Does it say Negro?
Genesis 49.
Black folk.
Acts 13.
Does it say that?
Acts 13. Read that.
Does it say that?
In verse 1. Yeah. Acts 13. So is the word nigger in the Bible?
I don't know.
I'm going to show you the word nigger in the Bible.
I know what
the book of Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read that.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simon, that was called nigger.
They was called what?
Called nigger.
They was called nigger. So the word nigger is in the Bible.
Okay.
But we know that the so-called Negroes here in America, the people call themselves African American, we know that they come from the tribe of Judah because the prophecy that's written in Genesis 49.
Well, who put the nationalities or the races right here on this right here?
It's described in the Bible. It's described in the Bible. Genesis 49. That's what I was just trying to tell you.
So, I mean, where does it say anything about Negro?
Give me Genesis 49.
You want Judah.
You said you want Judah, right?
Okay, you got Judah. And in parentheses, you
Yep.
have Negroes.
Yep, that sure is what we got.
How is that so? You got this one. It's the parentheses.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah,
Said Judah, right?
Yeah.
Read.
thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
It says, "Thou art he who thy brethren shall praise," because Judah is going to be. It was prophesied that Judah would rise up first. The so-called African Americans would wake up to the remembrance of who we are first and teach all the other tribes. Says so. Read that again. Start from the top.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
So our brethren are going to praise us for that. Read on.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
So if it said thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies, meaning you're going to be fighting back against your enemy. Can I have my, if I'm far away from you, can I put my hand on your neck? No, I gotta be right there in close proximity to you. So when it said we have our hands in their neck, it means we're fighting back. Civil rights movement.
But how does it say? Okay.
Now jump to verse 1. Jump to verse 1. So it
Verse
explains.
1.
It explains.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons
Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He called to his sons the 12 tribes. Read.
and said, Gather yourselves together,
Come here. Gather yourselves together.
that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
I'm going to give you a prophecy about what's going to happen to you in the last days. So that prophecy right there that was wrote down in verse 8 fits Judah. It fits the so-called Negroes.
Okay, what is so-called Negroes?
We come from the tribe of Judah.
Okay.
The same tribe Christ came
All right,
from.
okay.
So,
Who said that though? Okay, what about the West Indians? Get the business.
bro, it's like you want to question the whole thing, but
I am.
it's not. Give me Ecclesiastes
the
12 and
parentheses.
12 and 13. Because you questioning this,
All
but the
people-
flyer is more than this. You understand?
I understand. I'm gonna read this.
So I'm gonna show you the conclusion of this whole thing of what this Bible talking about, what this flyer talking about, what we're out here to be talking about. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, bro.
Fear God
We gotta fear God
and keep his commandments.
and keep the commandments of God, right?
Everyone though.
Everyone.
Black, white,
Who is God's
West-
commandments? Who is
West-
God's commandments given to,
West
brother?
Indian,
Who is God's
all-
commandments given to?
Moses.
Who did he give them to? Who did God tell Moses to give the commandments to?
Who are they? Who was it? Who?
Hold that.
People.
Hold that, and give me
Might want to back up a little bit from like the
Numbers 15 and 37.
He gave them commandments. Everybody.
He said he gave them to everybody, right?
Everybody. Black, white,
Read that.
whatever.
The book
all
of
this
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 37.
is. Read those two.
And the Lord spake unto Moses.
So the Lord spake unto Moses, right?
Okay.
Because you said God gave the commandments to Moses, right?
Yeah.
So let's see who Moses was supposed to give the commandments to. Read on.
saying, Speak unto the children of Israel.
No, speak unto everybody.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel, brother.
Okay.
Jump to Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
Okay.
So you're gonna see that the Bible is repetitive. You're gonna notice that he's always talking to the children of Israel. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Okay.
Jump back to Psalms chapter 147 and verse
I'm
19.
gonna like to see what y'all got.
Psalms 147 verse 19 and verse 20. Because the Bible is going to show you who those commandments was given to. You say the commandments was given to everybody to
For
follow.
every day, for
Let's see if the
every-
Bible say that.
The book of Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
No, he showeth his word unto everybody.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He showed his words unto Jacob. Read on.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He showed his statutes and his judgments unto who?
Israel.
Israel. Read on.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any nation. So the other nations, he didn't show his statutes and his judgments. He didn't show his commandments to them. Read on.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
It said they have not known them. The other nations have not known them. You got your apocrypha? Just a second. Read that.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
It said this is the book of the commandments of God. The Bible, right? Read.
And the law that endureth forever.
The law that endures forever. So if anybody try to teach you that the law is done away with, that's a lie. It endures forever. Read on.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All they of the Israelites that keep it shall come to life. Read.
Hold on.
But such as leave it shall die.
I'm gonna prove to you that that's what it's saying. It says, but such that shall leave it shall
All
die.
that keep.
Right. All right. We're gonna see if that all is talking about everybody or if it's talking about the Israelites.
Why wouldn't it be talking about everybody?
Read on. Read on. You got to keep it in
Verse
context.
2.
God knows everybody. Why
Turn
wouldn't he
thee,
talk
O
about
Jacob.
everybody?
It said, turn thee who?
O Jacob.
Turn thee everybody.
Turn thee, O Jacob.
Turn thee, O Jacob, father of the 12 tribes of the Israelites. Turn thee, O Jacob, read,
And take hold of it.
and take hold of it. Not
Light
everybody.
thereof.
Read.
That thou mayest be illuminated.
That everybody mayest be illuminated.
That thou mayest be illuminated.
That thou mayest be enlightened. Read on.
Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another.
It said, give not thine honor. Give not the things that are pleasing unto God to another people. Read on.
Nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
What's a strange nation? In this context right here. A strange nation would be talking about a nation that's not of the 12 tribes of Israel, brother. It said, turn thee, O Jacob. It didn't say turn thee everybody. It said, turn thee, O Jacob. So if it's talking about a strange nation, that's talking about a nation other than the nation of Israel. Don't give the commandments to a strange nation. Read that from the top, verse 3.
Verse 3.
Say, oh.
Give not thine honor
Read
to
that one more
another,
time. Read
nor
that
the things
one more
that
time.
are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
It says, don't give it to a strange nation. Read on. It's gonna explain it more. Read on.
O Israel,
O Israel, don't give it to a strange nation. But O Israel, read.
happy are we,
Happy are we, Israelites. Read on.
for the things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
The things that are pleasing to God, how to keep His commandments, statutes, and judgments are made known to us. Read on. That it on that?
That's verse 4.
Okay, you got your Bible?
Yes.
Give me Deuteronomy 29 and 29. And then I'm gonna get on to that other thing you said. Cause you were saying that that God loves everybody. We're gonna see after he reads this, we're gonna see if God loves everybody.
Is that not?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 29.
Is that
The
not?
secret things belong unto the Lord our God.
So no, this is Deuteronomy chapter 29, right? Jump to verse 1 real quick and read that. 29 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to speak. Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So these are the words which which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel, right? So jump to verse 29.
Verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God.
So the secret things belong to the Lord our God. The Israelites, our God. He's our God and nobody else's. Read.
But those things which are revealed belong unto us.
The things that are revealed, His laws, His commandments, His statutes, the judgments for not keeping those laws and statutes belong to us. Read on.
And to our children.
And to our children. And our children's children. Read on.
Forever.
Forever. It says it belongs to us forever. It shall never be belonging to everybody forever. It belongs to us and only us. So now you said what? God loves everybody? Where you get that from? Who taught you that?
that not in the Bible?
Nah, that's not in the Bible. And see, I know, brother, I understand. Look, I wasn't taught this my whole life. It's not like I grew up learning this. I grew up learning the same thing as you learned. I myself thought at one time that God loved everybody. I myself thought that I was an African American or a black. I myself used to, do things like go against the commandments of God. But now that I learn better, I have to do better. But to know what's that better to do, I have to learn better. I had to learn who I was. I had to learn where I actually stood with God. So as Israelites, this is where we stand with God. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So holy, that means separate. So we are separate from everybody else according to God. Regardless of how
Again. Read that again.
Verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
We are holy people to God. The Israelites are holy people to God. Read on.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
It said he has done what for us?
The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
He chose us for what purpose?
To be a special people.
To be a special people. The special people that's on this planet right here. Read on.
Unto himself.
To himself. To him. That's how he sees us. Read on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He made us to be above everybody else that's on the face of this earth. But notice we're not above everybody right now. We're on the bottom, right? But keep reading.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you.
He didn't set his love upon it because he's showing us love. Remember? Because I said he loved the Israelites, right? He didn't love everybody. It said the Lord didn't. It said he chose us. It didn't say he chose everybody. So in choosing us, he set his love upon us. Start that from the top again, verse 7.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people.
So in the beginning, when he first chose us, it wasn't because we was a large number of people. He said that we was the fewest. Read on.
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved you.
Because he loved us. He loves us as a people. Now let's see if it says that he loves everybody else. Let's go to Joel 2:27. So in choosing us, he chose us to be his people, and he said he's going to be our God. So read that.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
So this is the Most High. He said, I'm in the midst of Israel. I'm amongst the Israelites. Read on.
And that I am the Lord your God.
He said, I'm your God. Read on.
And none else.
And nobody else's. He said, I'm your God and nobody else's. So you said, what about everybody else? What about all the other people?
How do you know if it wasn't white people and Israelites or the West Indians, that they consist of all of these? How do you know that?
All right, we're gonna. What the first?
Where
person?
does it say that Israelites are black?
All right, so it says in the Bible.
Where does it say that?
It says in the Bible a whole bunch of places that the Israelites was black. We're gonna start at Jeremiah 14 and verse 2. So we're gonna use Judah for an example, right?
Yeah,
Judah. We saying Judah. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
All I need to know.
Judah mourneth.
It says Judah mourning. It said they're in mourning. So the Negroes, are they in mourning? Are they in the streets saying
Does it say
hands up, don't?
anything in there about Negro, black?
Are the Negroes in mourning?
What does it say anything about black, white,
Read that.
West Indian?
Judah mourneth.
It says Judah mourning.
Puerto Rican?
And the gates thereof languish.
What does it say that?
You paying attention? Judah mourneth and the gates thereof languish. Read on.
They are black.
Judah is what?
They are black.
Judah is what?
They are black.
The tribe of Judah is black, bro. Unto what?
Unto the ground.
Just said Judah is black unto the ground. Let's see who else in the Bible is. Use Job 30 and 30. Because it just doesn't just say Judah was black. Let's see. Job is in the Bible too. Let's see what color Job was. After that, give me Song of Solomon.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin is black upon me.
It said my skin. Job said, give me some Solomon. Job said my skin is black upon me. So that's two people that's being called black in the Bible. Let's see that Solomon, that's Jesus' great grandfather. We know Jesus is a Jew. We know Jesus was an Israelite. Let's see what Solomon said he looked like. Verse 1, yeah.
The Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. The Songs of Songs, which is Solomon.
It's telling you that this song is Solomon's. This is Solomon's song. Verse 5.
Verse 5. I am black.
Solomon said what?
I am black.
What color is Solomon?
I am black.
Solomon said, I'm black.
But comely.
But handsome. Dark and lovely. I'm black but comely. Read on.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar.
I'm black as the tents of Kedar. What does that mean? Kedar means black skin. They made their tents out of animal skins, and they was in the sun. Those animal skins turned black. I'm black as the tents of the Kedar. What's your name? I'm blacker than Mike. Go to Jesus. Revelation 1.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1. Chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Jump to verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs white like wool. White in texture, white in color, woolly in texture. Read.
As white as snow.
As white as snow. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
The whites of his eyes were red because he drank wine. Read on.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
Okay, so your feet. Same color as the rest of your body. His feet was like a fine brass. What color is brass, Mike? Goldish, brownish color, right? All right, so read on.
As if they burn in a furnace.
So if I burn something that's brown in a furnace, what color is going to come out? Black. Christ was black. Christ was an Israelite. Black man. Tribe of Judah. Right. So, if all these people is black in the Bible, and in Revelations it showed us, Revelations 21 and 12, it showed us that the kingdom of heaven was for the Israelites. Read that real quick. So, how many gates is to the kingdom of heaven real quick? Alright, so a lot of people was taught, it was one big pearly gate, but let's see what the Bible says.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 12. And had a wall great and high.
This is describing the kingdom of heaven. It says it has a wall great and high.
And had 12 gates.
It has 12 gates.
And at the gates, 12 angels.
12 angels. Permitting what's going to come in and what's going to go out. Like bouncers. Read on.
And names written thereon.
So there's names written on these gates, right? So if you go in here, right? If you go in here in the food line, and there's a door and it says staff only. So if you're not staff, you can't go in there. But these gates got names written on them too, read.
Which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So if the 12 tribes of the children of Israel names are written on those 12 gates are for the 12 tribes of the children of Israel and nobody else. So if the kingdom of heaven is for the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, who we trying to show you are, why is it that our people turn around and ask about another nationality of people? Why is that? What made you want to ask about the so-called white man? If we're trying to tell you that you're the greatest people on the planet, above them. That's called Stockholm Syndrome, brother. We're in love with our oppressor. But that we shouldn't be envying our oppressors. Give me that in Proverbs 3:31. We shouldn't be envying our oppressors because they don't have nothing over us. Matter of fact, first give me Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. Because we envy our oppressors because to us right now it look like they have everything. Right? Don't it look like that? Don't it look like the so-called white man has everything? He ruled the whole world, don't it? It looks like he has everything. But look what the Bible says.
The book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
So, The Most High said He knows all the struggles that we go through, all the tribulations that we go through. He knows that. Read on.
and poverty.
He knows we are an impoverished people as a whole. It might be some people who rich, but as a whole, we're impoverished people. He said He knows that. But what?
But thou art
It
rich.
says we're rich though. How are we rich? Real rich because everything belongs to us. Give me that in Romans 9. Give me that in Romans. Matter of fact, give me that in 3. Romans 3 and 1.
The book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
What advantage is there for being a Jew? What advantage is there for being an Israelite? Read on.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Read on.
Chapter verse 2. Much every way.
Much every way is there an advantage to be a Jew. Much every way is there an advantage for you to be an Israelite? Read.
Because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
We were given the commandments of God.
Oh, it's in
Give me 9, Romans 9. In verse 3. So this is showing us how we're rich as a people, even though we're in an impoverished state, even though we're going through the most tribulations of everybody. There's nobody in a worse situation than the black man in America. Read that.
the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
So Paul said he could have wished he was accursed from his brethren and from Christ and from his kinsmen according to the flesh. Read on.
Who are Israelites,
His kinsmen are the Israelites. Paul himself was an Israelite. Read on.
to whom pertaineth the adoption.
So this what pertains to the Israelites that makes us rich. The adoption of sons, being adopted back into the same fold that Christ is under, being adopted back to the love of the Most High that we lost. Read on.
And the glory,
The glory of the kingdom of heaven, that belongs to us. Read on.
and the covenants,
And the covenants with an S, the old covenant and the new covenant. Read on.
and the giving of the law.
We was given the law, like we read to you earlier in Psalms 147, that the law was given to us and nobody else. Read.
And the service of God.
And the service of God, to come out here and wake up our people. So all these things are given to us to show us that no, even though you're in that impoverished state, if you come back to who you are, you rich, man. You rich. So how is it that us being rich, all these things belong to us? We asking about master. Use Jeremiah 17 and 4. There has been something that we have lost. We have lost the knowledge that this Bible was written to, for, and about us. We have lost our heritage. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
You blacks, Hispanics, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have discontinued from our heritage. We're going by names that another nation of people put on us. Give me Deuteronomy 28.
See what I'm saying?
Give me Deuteronomy. You tell me who this.
Y'all going
Give me Deuteronomy 28. And you tell me who this fit. Alright?
Y'all
Because you said we all struggle, right? Well, let's see if we all struggle like this. Give me verse 15 first, yeah.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Like I showed you earlier, Moses gave the laws, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites, right?
where you going?
He gave it to that's who God told him to go to. That's why that's where he was. If God would have told him to go to the Africans, he would have went to the Africans. But he told him go to the Israelites. But
How
read
you
that.
know
But it's, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
I just show. It's not about color, brother. It's not about color. It's about nationality. It's about your nationality. We got some Israelite brothers and sisters that look white, but they not. Their father is of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, so they Israelites. It's not about color. But read on.
But it shall come to pass.
But it shall come to pass. Read on.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If we didn't listen to God,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
to do the commandments and statutes that was given by Moses, read,
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
that curses was going to come upon us and overtake us. Go to verse 46. Now, there was a purpose for these curses. This was the purpose of the curses. Read verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee.
It says, the curses shall be upon us. Read.
For a sign.
For a sign. Now that Food Line sign lets you know that this is Food Line. If it said Walmart, it would be a Walmart. The sign shows us that we are the Israelites. The curses show us that we are the Israelites. Read on. There should be only for a sign.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So these curses would forever follow us. If these things are happening to a people, that's a sign to let you know that there are Israelites. Alright? So give me verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Who did that happen to? Whose sons and daughters were given to another people?
Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So whose sons and daughters were given to another people, Mike? Huh? Was it just the blacks? Just the blacks. So how did so-called Hispanics get over to Spain? Their sons and their daughters were given to another people. How are the Native Americans in other parts of the land? Because they didn't leave where they were. How are they put in other parts of the land? They were given to another people, man. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. What other nation of people did that happen to? Outside of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, nobody. It ain't happening to nobody else, Mike. That ain't happening to nobody else. How about that, right? Written right here this whole time, sitting on grandma's coffee table. Ain't nobody else, just piling up dust. Ain't nobody ever read it. All right,
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read that thing, and
give me 10 and 12. Give me 10 and 12. So now,
y'all got like a temple or something? Or?
yeah, we got a school that we go to every Saturday, and we learn more about the scriptures.
I mean, is it for everybody? Or
It's for us, the Israelites. If you want to come, Mike, yeah. If you wanted to come, you can.
I go to that church right there, the house.
Hey, did the house of prayer show you this? So that's what they're supposed to be showing you. Give me Lamentations real quick. I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, give me Malachi 2 and 7 real quick. I'm gonna show you what the priest or the prophet or the pastor should be showing. Because I've shown you who you are, showing you some laws that's in the Bible. But that's not, is that the things that they go into when at the house of prayer? No, right? So let's see what the priest should be saying. Read that.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
The pastor's lips should keep knowledge, read.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
And the people should be seeking God's laws at his mouth. Now give me that Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
Now Mike.
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does God require of you, Mike? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
But to fear him.
To walk in all his ways.
Fear his judgments, walk in his commandments. All of them. Read.
And to love him. And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Loving him and serving him is about to be summed up in this next statement. Read that.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To keep his commandments. Read on.
And his statutes which I command thee this day.
For what?
For thy good.
So for good things to happen to us, for us to start prospering, we have to keep the commandments of God. And that's what God requires of us. You want to learn more? I said we got the on that flyer, they got a website. We got 3 classes a day, 7 days a week. More than that now. It's all free. You know what I'm saying? It's got the address to our school.
What's your name, brother?
David.
Mike, man.
Good to meet you, Mike.
Show me a little something now, you ain't?
All praise.
Real now.
Hey, all praise.
All right.
I'm glad. I'm glad to be able to be used by the Most High God to show you these.
Read on. All right.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you too,
I
man.
hope I see you in that school.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.